Hi there, I am Miss Carol. I am one of the math teachers at iSucceed, and I am going to be working with you this quarter. I want to take just a few minutes of your time to let you know who I am and give you some tips and tricks on being most successful in this math course and ways that you can reach out to me and that we can work together to help you be successful. Okay, so let's get moving, and I'm going to give you the most important information first. My contact information. My name is Miss Carol. My first name is Virginia, and I go by Ginny most of the time. And you can call me any of those, Miss Carol, Ginny, Virginia. Just be in contact. The most consistent way to reach me is via email, and I do need you to use my school Gmail address, which is gcarol@isucceedvhs.net. And in doing that, I'm insisting that you're also using your school Gmail. And if you do that, then we have a lot of other options that are built into the school Gmail. And I want to show you that real quick. So I'm going to click over. This is my school Gmail. And when I'm in here, I can see all my contacts, and you will be one of my contacts. And we can enter into a chat together. So we can have a live chat that's a little bit like texting. But from that text, we can also enter into a video call if necessary. And I'll show you that in a moment. But email is going to be a great way to kind of keep track of a conversation, and I really encourage you to make that the first step. And then, we can either chat or we can meet in a video call. We can even do texting and other things. But this is, like I said, a great first step. And as you can see, it's really easy to just simply say, I need help on lesson 2 in Algebra 1A, or whatever class you might be in. And as long as I'm online, I can respond to you. If I'm not online right at that time, I'll get it later, and maybe I'll send you an email or find another way to connect with you. But I just want you to be aware of this really great tool that's only available when you are logged into your school Gmail. So it's important to use that. Okay. Another way to get in touch with me is to use my phone number to either give me a call or send me a text. I might not answer, and if it's a text, I might not respond instantaneously, but I will get back to you. Just know that I have a lot of students, and if it happens to be late at night or 3 in the morning, I do not keep my phone by my bed, and that's probably not a great time to text or call anyway. So keep that in mind for maybe the appropriate way to reach someone at different times of day. Let's see. The next thing on here is the course announcements. These are really great for me getting information to you. They're not wonderful for you to get information to me. You can comment on course announcements, and that can sometimes help you and other students. But if you just have a specific issue for you, I would encourage you to use one of the other forms of communication. But do check your email for information from me at least a couple times a week, if not every day. Okay. The last thing on here is really cool. It's the Math 1-on-1 Help Forum, and I'm going to show you that. This is something that I started last quarter, and it worked really well. Rather than have live lecture sessions, I meet with students one-on-one when they have issues, and we work through it. Sometimes if there's more than one student who is having the same issue, I'll pull everyone in together. But it's something that I schedule as needed, and it allows me to work with your schedule and my schedule and find a mutually beneficial time for both of us. So you do not need to copy this link down. The form is located within your courses and in the course announcements, but this is what it looks like. This is how you let me know that you need help. You enter your email address, your school email address, your name, your phone number or text where I can reach you, the course that you're in, you just have to choose it, and then the days that you are available during the week, and then the times that you might be available during those days, okay? If you need to type in the other box because maybe you're just available in mornings on Tuesdays, but afternoons on Thursdays or something, you can put that in the other box. The lesson that you're on and anything else that you need me to know about what you're needing help with, you click submit, and then I will get a notification that you're needing help. And within a day, then I will get back to you and schedule some time to meet. And when we meet, I will send you a link to a Google Hangout. And at the appointed time, we will both show up in this Hangout. It's really cool. And then we can talk back and forth. We can either have our cameras going or our mics or both. We can also chat in here. It's really flexible. The other great thing about a Hangout is that I can share my screen and I could pull up your assignment, and then I can actually show you how to do math problems, which I just love. I think it's a really, really great tool. So for example, if I were going to work this very first problem here, I could write out, okay, 4 times 9 is 36, and I can't really see it, so this is cool. I'm going to highlight it and pop it out. Oh, it's actually a plus sign, not a minus sign. That's good to know. So I'm going to say 4 times 9 plus 6 over a negative 3. Well, 36 plus 6 is 42 over negative 3, and 42 divided by negative 3 is a negative 14, okay? So if you happen to be in Algebra 1A, I just gave you the very first answer. If you're in a different math class, know that that's probably not the right answer for your first question. So this is a really cool tool that I have at my disposal, and I'm going to stop sharing, and that I would encourage everyone to use when you need help. Okay, so next thing, if you're reaching out to me via email or text, some things that I do need to know because I have a lot of students. I need both your first and your last name. I might have a lot of Sarahs or a lot of Jeremys, or any other name, of course. So if you just give me your first name, it's going to take me a while to figure out who you are. I also need to know which course you're in because I teach Algebra 1A, 1B, 2A, 2B, and a pre-algebra course. And then I also teach a senior project course. So I've got a lot of different courses, and I want to make sure that I can quickly help you. So the more information that you can give me, the quicker I'll be in responding. The lesson that you have a question on, and the particular assignment you happen to be working on. And then any other information you can provide would be wonderful. The other thing that I'd like to bring up is that you need to use proper netiquette when you're communicating with me or any teachers, and that's just basic politeness. If you're not sure about netiquette, I would encourage you to Google it, and I'll probably post some information about netiquette in our course announcements. But make sure you're not typing in all capital letters, or, when you're communicating to me, because I am in a different generation from you, I do appreciate full sentences. I do appreciate some punctuation. It's not as necessary in a text, but in an email, just take the time to be thoughtful in how you're communicating, and I will do the same to you, and I think we'll have a really healthy online relationship when we do that. Okay, so that was kind of the nitty-gritty on how this course is going to work from a standpoint of you communicating and getting help. Now I just want to give you some information about me. This is my decade year with I Succeed, and it's also the school's decade year. So I'm super happy to be here. Wonderful group of teachers. You guys are attending I Succeed in what I think is going to be the absolute best year yet, and I'm not joking about that. We're doing great things. So kudos to you for being here right now. I wasn't always a math teacher. I was a chemical engineer. I received my chemical engineering degree from Colorado School of Mines. When I decided I wanted to be a teacher, I went to George Fox University and got my master's in teaching. I am really glad that I did both. I have never regretted my engineering degree, but I love teaching. I love making an impact in other people's lives through education. Last school year, I went to BSU for a couple courses, and I obtained my online educator in endorsement. It was really hard. It took a lot of time, but I'm really glad that I did it. I think it enhanced my bag of tricks. Okay, a little more about me. Let's go back one. I live in Red Lodge, Montana, which is south central Montana. I'm a neighbor of your beautiful state of Idaho. I actually grew up here, and we moved back from Idaho about 8.5 years ago. So I'm really happy to be back. I do miss a lot of Idaho, but I love Red Lodge. This is my family, my husband Jeff, and my two girls, Reese and Sylvia, our dog Roxy, and our cat Cinder. We have a lot of fun together. And this is kind of me in a nutshell. There's probably a lot more to it, including a pretty healthy social life, lots of friends, but I love to ski. I love to get outside and do anything outdoors, whether it's backpacking or mountain biking or running. Skiing is what brought us to Montana. My husband's in the ski industry. I really enjoy new technology. I love a good cup of coffee. So that's kind of me in a nutshell. Here's our photos from our Idaho vacation this year. This is the first time we brought both of our girls back since we moved to Montana, and we spent a couple days in Boise and a couple days up in McCall. Just had a great time in June. So you are lucky to be part of a lovely state. I'm a very goal-oriented person. Last year, these are a couple goals that were up for me last year. The online educator endorsement, which I achieved. That's why there's a check mark there. I also presented at an online educator conference in San Antonio last year, and so that was another goal that I achieved. I had marathon on my thing last year, and it's on there again. I haven't gotten it, but I think that's because it's a good goal. It's hard to achieve, so I will get there. I'm going to run a marathon. And I have a bathroom on here because I need to remodel one of our bathrooms, and that's something that I'm going to do this year, and hopefully I can have a check mark on it next year. Let's see. So, and I hope each of you have goals, whether it's school, personal, athletic. I hope that you're challenging yourself in really interesting ways, and I'd love to hear about it. My favorite quote is from Albert Einstein, and it says, "It's not that I'm so smart, it's just that I stay with problems longer." And this could go back to the marathon idea. I will get there. I'm just going to have to stick with it. But it also applies to math, and it applies to anything in life. It is not always going to come easy, but if you stick with it, you're going to get it. And you may need to ask for help, and you should ask for help. And you may need to do some research on your own, and you should do that. You're going to have to be resourceful, whether that's asking me for help, whether it's visiting Khan Academy or Virtual Nerd. There are infinite resources online, and I encourage you to utilize those as well as myself in successfully getting through these courses. They're not easy. They're going to challenge you, but in the end, you're going to be a better math student, and that will take you a lot farther than you can possibly imagine right now. So consider that a really healthy challenge. All right, so the next couple things, I've got about a minute left here. If you have not finished your orientation course, I encourage you to do that. Even if you've been with iSucceed for a while, we've revamped the course, so please go back and look at it again. It might answer some additional questions that you maybe didn't even know you had. So you always have access to that course. Please utilize it. Get started. You only have 9 weeks. You've got to get through this in 9 weeks. That means for this particular course that you need to do 3.5 lessons a week to get through it. Depending on the number of other courses you're taking, you may need to complete between 8 and 14 lessons per week in order to get through this in our 9-week quarter. So if you don't know what that is, talk to your advisor as soon as possible. And then ask questions. Please, please, please don't hesitate to seek help. The sooner you ask help, the easier it's going to be for both you and for me. So again, welcome. Here is my contact information, and I am looking forward to a great quarter. Thank you.